What's going on, everybody? I'm Forrest the Trainer. Welcome to the Fit and Focus podcast. We are going to be talking about a couple things today, but the tagline of today's podcast is fail to prepare, prepare to fail. The main thing is people do not fail because they're lazy. They fail because they do not plan, or they do not have a good plan, or do not have the right plan. So how are we going to fix that? We're going to be talking about that today. So the main thing we're going to start this off with, owning your schedule. Your schedule is yours. Now, I understand everyone that has a job, everyone that has kids, everyone that has kids in sports or other extracurricular activities, that takes over parts of your schedule, right? But at the end of the day, you are the one that made the choices, the investments, the time allotted for these things that take control of your 24 hours in your day, right? So, owning your schedule. You have more control over your week than you think. Stop letting the day happen to you and start conquering the day. So the first thing that we can do to start that is controlling the controllables. The way we do that is by looking through a bird's eye view and seeing where things can fit, because you have things already in your schedule that you know are going to be there whether you like it or not, like work, like kids' extracurricular activities. For some of us, church. For some of us, that's where we sleep. For some of us, that's when we have to drop off kids at school, pick them up from school, things of that nature. But typically, Saturday or Sunday night, Saturday or Sunday evening, I want you to look at your upcoming week from a bird's eye view and know where the controllables are going to be. The non-negotiables in your week. Look at those things and ask yourself, where can things be moved around? Where can things not be moved around? Where can I plug in groceries, laundry, putting away laundry, because I know none of us do it at the same time. Some of us do, but some of us don't. Where can we fit in the gym, meal prepping, cleaning, all of those extra things? So we already have the work. We already have kids' extracurriculars, some of us church. We have the non-negotiables already there. Now, while you're looking at your week as a whole, look where you can put the things that you can control in there. So if I know, looking at my week, I can train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I can rest on Thursday, I can train Friday and Saturday, but I need to rest on Sunday. I can do that as long as I don't spend more than an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in the gym, with all the calls I have to do, with the videos I have to make, with the programs I have to update, and the stuff I have to keep up to date for y'all and keep my eyes on what y'all are doing in and out of the gym. Those are the time frames that I prefer, that are best for my schedule, my goals, and what I have going on. So y'all could be doing the same thing. Looking at everything from the bird's eye view, making sure this is where time is never going to be allowed. This is where time is always going to be allowed. Here's where I can put it. Make sense? Cool. Next thing, how to plan food without guessing. So a lot of us are in a job or a live situation to where food becomes a thing. While we need it, it becomes since it's available, I'll utilize it to give me back more time. Now, if we were to do what the first step was, take a look at the week from the bird's eye view on Saturday or Sunday evening, looking at that future week and knowing where you could meal prep, or knowing where you could cook a big meal, cook multiple meals. If you don't want to meal prep, but you do have the time to cook a meal every evening or every other evening, every lunch or every other lunch, etc., etc. Look at that time, but plan the food ahead. I can cook on these days for these meals. Do I have the groceries for those things? If the answer to that is no, while you're looking in that bird's eye view, plug in a time for you to go get groceries and try to get it done between a certain time to where you're not taking the meal time, cooking time, and plugging it into the grocery time, because you'd be getting groceries and losing out on the time you'd be cooking. You know what I mean? So looking at those things, picking up options that, one, easy to make, knowing the meals you're going to make, knowing your cravings, knowing the things that you can control. Me, I am one of those people that after a big meal, I love to have something sweet. Even at a restaurant, I would love to enjoy my dessert with a nice cup of coffee. That's just how I am. So how I've always been. So even here at home, whenever I have dinner, I want to have something sweet afterwards. I have to curb that craving. I have to make sure I have chocolate flavored
protein powder. That is sweet, but I don't want it, is what I need though. So what I did is something I actually love, because I'm a millennial. Us millennials, we love this stuff. Cereal. Got honey bunches of oats. That shit bussin'. Like, we just can't lie. It's a good ass cereal. So picking up, when it comes to high protein options, low calorie options, like your Greek yogurts, your fruits and veggies, things like that, like cottage cheese to make ranch and other things that are low calorie and higher in protein. Picking up those little things whenever you block off that time for groceries. If lunch or dinner fall apart and you have certain things in your fridge or freezer to set you up for success, even when life starts to happen to you, you're still kind of set up for success. You still have the tools to, well, you know what? I am going to grab deli meat because I got that in my grocery list. I'm going to grab my cottage cheese. I'm going to spend the 5 minutes it takes to make ranch out of it. Spencer can actually drop a recipe for that. He makes a really good one. And then I'm going to put that onto a sandwich. I'm going to toast it. I'm going to make it like a grilled cheese sandwich. I got 18 to 22 grams of protein from that sliced turkey or sliced chicken, then from the sandwich. Got good ranch on it, extra protein from that since it's cottage cheese. And then I am going to drink a protein shake on my way to work. Now we're sitting at 50 to 60 grams of protein going into our next day with under 40 minutes, under 30 minutes probably spent. And that's including the time that you're actually eating. So that is the second one. Third point, expect the unexpected. I started this off by saying control the controllables, but you have to be mindful of the uncontrollables, things that are outside of your control, whether it be someone calling into work, whether it you getting sick, one of your kids getting sick, the world shutting down again for COVID, all these things that we have literally zero control over. But if we were to, again, starting from the beginning, look at our week from a bird's eye view and look at what we need to take care of and what our responsibilities are, what are the typical things that happen more often than not? Whenever I have to leave work, whenever I have to leave the gym, what are the things that cause me to leave the things that I want to be doing or need to be doing? Here's a list of all those things. Okay, so if those things were to happen, what would I need to do? Have that written down, have that notated up here, put it in your phone, and you'll be prepared for it. Because if you prepare for them, it's not going to be as chaotic, and you're not going to be like, well, I have to give up this now because this happened, and then this happened, and then you just get so upset that you don't know what to do. So each week, ask yourself, what could trip me up? Solve it ahead of time. Because here's the thing, most of the things that come out of left field that we have zero control over, we have to solve them. We are responsible for picking up those pieces and taking care of those issues. So whenever they come, if you know how to solve those things already, you can plan for the unexpected to happen. So if it does happen, you know exactly what to do and you have the time allotted for that. And since you prepared everything else, you are set up for success no matter if life happens to you and you would need something catastrophic to happen or to be brought up or to just be brought into your day, week, month, year for things to be just derailed. So with that being said, the final point, this is going to be a shorter podcast, is that success isn't about endless motivation. It's about endless consistency. Consistency comes from discipline. Whether you feel like it, whether you don't feel good, whether you're tired, whether you're hungry, whether you don't have the energy, the list of excuses goes on. Whether or not those things are happening, you need to be prepared. And if you are prepared, you will not fail. But if you fail to prepare to fail. It is not just a catchy saying that I like to say. It has been something that has taught me so many things in my life that I've been able to persevere through some pretty crazy hardships. Spending 9 weeks in a hospital, and 2 weeks after that, riding another buck and bronc. I used to be a rodeo athlete for those of y'all that didn't know. So being able to prepare for the unpreparable, the unexpected, expect the unexpected, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. All those things encapsulate into, let me take a step back, look at everything from a bird's eye view, and see what I can control. Now, it's very easy for anyone to comment and say, hey, what about A through Z? I can't control any of those, but they still happen, and they would derail everything. Cool. If you still set the time to prepare for anything to happen or the things that you do know that could happen, you'll still be in a better spot. If something new happens, Now it's a learning experience. It'll be chaotic the first time, but would you rather have a learning experience, have a one chaotic episode, and things kind of fall apart for a minute, and then you're able to learn from it, and now you're able to prepare for it, and then be able to work towards that being a part of the routine? Or would you rather live in the chaos? I know all of us have made choices with who we've been in relationships with, myself included, and we enjoy the chaos. We don't need to be doing that for every aspect of our life. We need to be preparing for every asset and facet of our life. So, thank you. Amazing timing. Amazing timing on that. So, I would like everyone to screenshot and put fail to prepare equals prepare to fail. Put that on your Instagram stories. I will tag you in my Instagram stories with that same screenshot. Tell me your greatest takeaway. And I want everyone to tell me that was not able to be here for the live what college my mom went to. She went to Texas A&M, class of 1989. If you do not answer that, we are going to have some problems. You're going to get an extra workout this week. So, talk to y'all later. Thank you for coming to the Fit and Focus podcast. Laters.